I bought myself a new project. Now it's a pretty common occurrence for me to buy things before I finish with my other projects. What do you do? I mean, can't pass up a good deal. So let's see what we've got in front of me here. We have an almighty 80 series Land Cruiser. Look at this beast. As you can see, I've already taken it down the beach, couldn't help myself. I was well overdue four-wheel drive. But anyway, there she is. So it is a GXL 92 model, petrol, EFI. Pretty straight considering the year, other than the left-hand rear quarter. We'll get around to that in a minute. Rust-wise, I think this is pretty well we have that, and there's a little spot on the other side. But you know, the roof, the steel panels, I've had a bit of a look underneath the car, it's pretty tidy. So anyway, let's talk about how I acquired this beast. It was advertised on Facebook Marketplace for about $5 as a non-runner, still rego, just not running. And I went around there with a breaker bar and a couple of mates to check it out, make sure it wasn't seized. He did say that he had a mate check it out and turned it over, so he assured me that it wasn't seized. But I still wanted to check it anyway. So we went out, did that. I jumped in the car, turned the key, and wouldn't start. It still has the same symptoms now, so we just have an immobiliser. And yeah, hit the key and we're just getting like a clicking. So that was telling me that there was a problem with the starting circuit. So I jumped under the car, had a bit of a look at the wiring for the starter, and I could see that it had a starter relay. And that was telling me that there was probably going to be a problem with the starter relay. These don't come factory with that. It's an aftermarket add-on. It's a volt drop. So anyway, we'll have a look under the hood here and I'll show you guys what I found. So I did a little bit of diagnosing and I traced some wiring up to this relay that was mounted to the firewall. It's a starter relay, aftermarket add-on. And I pretty well knew that was going to be the issue right there. So I proceeded to print out the transfer papers and give the guy some cash before he changed his mind after I started this thing in front of him. So I went ahead and did that. And so this is my starter motor relay here now. All I did was I pulled the cover off. I didn't have any wire at the guy's house. He didn't have much stuff. So I did go there with a car trailer, but if I could drive it home, I would much prefer doing that. So yeah, pull the cover off. Now you can manually activate the relay. And I just jammed it in here, like so. Turn the ignition on. This is still how I have to start. I haven't had time to sort it out. And then you just press the two contacts together. And that is how I started. So yeah, the guy wasn't too pissed. He was, he didn't care too much. He obviously was probably a little bit upset inside, but you know, at the end of the day, it's not really my problem to, I'm not going to come out and diagnose the car for the guy. You know, he can sort that out himself, and it was his choice to not do that and advertise it as a non-runner. The window is completely stuffed, so I need to sort that out, and none of the other windows in the car work. For the starter issue, I am 90% sure that it's going to be the immobiliser. While I was an apprentice, this is all I did was immobilisers and crap. So what happens with these things is they get dry solder joints on the circuit board inside the immobiliser box, and then in winter time, your car won't start. And sometimes you can hit the dash and it'll start, but most of the time it won't. So yeah, the immobiliser will be getting ripped out. Bypass that, and that should solve that issue. So then we'll be able to start it off the key. As far as rust, we have like tiny little bit here, and there's a bit in the same spot on the other side. Now we do have a little bit of damage to the rear end here, which is quite bad, but I do have a brother that is a panel beater and he can fix that no problems. So you're probably wondering what I'm going to do with this thing. I'm thinking we LS it. I know pretty well everything there is to know about LSs, so for me that's the easiest option. rip this piece of junk out. It's not a 1FZ, it's a 3 FE. So yeah, she's pretty slow. It's got a dizzy, not a crank angle sensor. So yeah, she's pretty slow. The other problem I have is because it's a 3FE, the engine mounts are in a different spot. So to put an LS in this, I have to weld the engine mounts on the chassis, which is not a problem. It's just a bit of extra money. I think instead of $400 for the mounts, it's $1,300. So yeah, so I'm thinking we go L98 with a 6L80E, maybe turbo or something. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I don't know if I want it like a reliable camping car or something just that absolutely eats in the dunes. So yeah, I'm still yet to decide, but that engine is definitely not staying in there. I mean, we could LFX convert it. I'm still got this LFX in now, so we could look at doing that, but probably not, to be honest. So yeah, that's the 80. Stay tuned for some future content on this bad boy, because I will be ripping the engine out and throwing it in the bin and putting something cool in there. So stay tuned. It's a nice and short video for you guys anyway, and yeah, thanks for watching.